Good day, everybody. Sorry I'm 4 minutes late. The Law of Growth from Prosper Me by Victoria Rader, the 35 Universal Laws to Make Money Work for You. In chapter 12, today we have the Law of Growth. For your income to grow, you must grow and develop yourself. A famous American personal development speaker, Jim Rohn, once said, "Formal education will make you a living, self-education will make you a fortune." What he was referring to is a continual process of growth. While formal education equips you with skills, self-education dedicated to personal growth and development expands your mindset. Your mindset expands the possibility of your prosperity. I mentioned earlier how my son Ray was born with the innate predisposition to money management. Leaning into his unique mindset, his way of thinking when he was only 3 years old. I believe he has acquired a money making mindset any grandpa from my grandpa Volodya. I grew up in Ukraine as part of the Soviet Union, where everything belonged to the government, and there was no such thing as a private business and enterprise. Contrary to that environment, we had a lot of successful entrepreneurs in our family prior to 1922, when the Soviets took over Ukraine. Even though my grandpa's hands were tied from being able to do business, his innate desires wanted to bring more prosperity for his family. To support his ambitious disposition, he would offer them to our neighbors who would much rather have that than he would make homemade drinks. I'm sorry. To support his ambitious disposition, he would make homemade drinks, including my favorite apple juice, and offer them to our neighbors who would much rather have that than the preserved and watered down store version of the same juice. He made sauerkraut and a lot of other different products while looking for his daytime job as a militiaman. My grandfather was industrious and always wanted to work toward creating growth. My son Ray has genetically benefited from his great grandpa's inner drive and mindset to seek ways to make money. There are many people like Ray and my grandpa who intrinsically create wealth, but there are more people who have had to acquire and awaken their money making mindset. Yet, talent or an innate mindset is not enough for most of us. For any talent to flourish, you have to develop practical skills and knowledge. And luckily, the laws of money don't care how talented we are, as long as we choose to continue to grow our mindset. Having worked with hundreds and hundreds of clients on their money and achievement issues, I have crafted an overall formula for achieving the results you seek that demonstrates the relationship between our mindset and our skill set. Okay. Right now, we got this. So, mindset plus skill set. Mindset multiplied by skill set multiplied by effort equals results. It's not showing. It shows. It's supposed to show. Come on. There. Okay, there we go. All right. In this growth formula, your mindset multiplied by your skill set and multiplied by your effort equals your overall results. You can self-assess where you rank in this equation by assigning a value to each variable between 0 and 10, with 0 being complete lack and 10 being highest capacity. As an example, Napoleon Hill's mindset is a 10 about money. Warren Buffett's skill set on money is also a 10. Both of their efforts have also reached 10, with Napoleon Hill researching for his best-selling Think and Grow Rich for over 20 years, and Warren Buffett investing for over half a century. With those as a benchmark, where would you say your money mindset, skill set, and efforts are? What would be the one you would like to take up a notch for first? Continual growth is required for continually expanding results. Notice that if any part of the formula above is a zero, the results will dissipate. For example, while Ray was born with a very high innate mindset for making money, if he did not acquire skills and put effort into making money, his results would be at a zero. On the other hand, if one's mindset is at zero growth, they will literally run any fortune into the ground. This is why you might have read many stories of someone having won a multi-million-dollar lottery and still end up broke, back to where they started. This happens because yes, they put an effort in and yes, in that uh, particular case, their skill set was simply good luck. But if their mindset was at a zero, the other two have little impact. This is also why many millionaires are not at all afraid of losing their fortune due to an unforeseen crisis, because they know that as long as they keep their mindset positive, adaptive, and growing, their skill set expanding, and their effort constant, they will build their futures and achieve the same, if not better, results. By reading this book and implementing the laws, you are growing your prosperity mindset. If you ever find yourself struggling, ask yourself, how can I grow my mindset, my skill set, or my effort? When you work toward improving these three things, you will exponentially improve your results. Here is an additional bonus. If you multiply your mindset, skill set, and effort by the divine guidance from God, capital D, capital G, capital G, your results will expand exponentially. Hence, the updated formula for growth would be mindset times skill set times effort times God equals infinite results. One of the most recent ways of fully surrendering to divine guidance for our company has been creating the Free Me Support Ukraine product line, donating 100% of the profit to support my homeland in reclaiming its freedom from the invasion that started February 24th, 2022. The vulnerable and tender realization is that we have been prepared to do step by step, first seeking out the best providers to create a clothing and product line skill set, then rebranding our business with the me concept and creating free me mindset, and finally putting the two together and launching products within days of the invasion effort, while fully following the Spirit's prompting me to do so. That's God. I did not know what I had been prepared for, but because I followed the promptings and leaned into the law of preparedness fully, I found myself ready when called. Only time will show the financial donation results of this effort. But I can already see the infinite results as the initiative has empowered those that have been unable to support themselves. If you're blessed to have been born with the talent of a natural mindset for money-making opportunities, when you apply the universal laws of money, your finances are likely to expand at a faster rate than for those of us mastering these laws through actively developing a skill. You will manifest abundance through acquiring the skill of money management. The fact that you've bought this book is a clear signal that you are committed to financial growth. You're committed to growing prosperity. When you commit to growing, you experience growth across all areas of your life. It is important to learn the law of growth because there is the additional law of spending requiring you to use your money and spend with purpose. You need to grow what you want to spend to keep both laws actively working. This is the beauty of all these laws individually and combined. They each cover different aspects of money mastery. Do you and your do just one and you will still see a difference in your prosperity. Combine all 35 laws and see extraordinary opportunities open up to being abundant bring abundance into your life. Growth is a natural state for all of us. If we're not growing, we are stagnating. When my children were little, I was determined to implement the concept of family home evenings, which is when we'd spend time together as a family and play games and study a spiritual lesson. This practice was very common at my church. I thought it was a wonderful idea to start a family home evening with a prayer in my house. My children were young at the time. One particular evening, when they were paying little attention to prayer and I was getting agitated about it, I was shown a beautiful image in my mind, one which will stay with me forever. I saw, quote unquote, a little plant, a tender little seedling, and the Spirit, capital S, said, "What does it need to grow? It needs sun. It needs nourishment. You can't just pull it up. You can't force it to grow. When you try to force it to grow, you uproot it and it dies. You cannot force growth. You can only nurture growth." That's what the Spirit said. It was a profound, humbling lesson for me to understand that I can't force my kids to grow spiritually. I can't force them to grow mentally. I can't do anything about their physical growth. I can't force them to learn if they refuse to learn. Basically, I can't grow anything or anyone. I can only foster and nurture growth. The rate at which you grow mentally and spiritually is up to the individual. This is also true of your finances. You can't force your income to grow. You can only intend to grow and create an environment that welcomes money. Patience is key. Often we plant the seed of a new business, and before it's had any chance to establish any roots, we're checking it for fruit. This is why it's important to shift an attitude of nurturing growth and allow what you have planted to flourish. Fully integrate the difference between power and force and how to invite growth by channeling divine power through you without forcing it. Think of that little seedling. No matter how much you scream at it, poke at it, or plead with it, it's not going to blossom before its time. The fastest way for your money and dreams to grow is to allow yourself to grow. You can't force growth, but you can control the effort through which you control yourself. Instead of reading self-improvement books for 5 minutes every day, read for an hour. Ask how you can give more when you will receive abundantly. Be of service, not always needing others' help. By working on you, more growth and ideas will come as a result. Another one of my personal development heroes, Zig Ziglar, has given us a great key to manifesting manifesting mastery. Money manifesting mastery. Money isn't the most important thing in life. Money isn't the most important thing in life, but it's reasonably close to oxygen on the gotta have it scale. The gotta have it is quotes. Money isn't the most important thing in life, but it's reasonably close to oxygen on the gotta have it scale. I love this quote because there's so much talk of how money doesn't matter. How we shouldn't care for money, how money isn't that important, but it is for you to grow and prosper. If you found yourself saying you don't care about money, stop. Money is a practical resource. I suggest you start caring for it. We live in a practical world that operates through money exchange for services rendered. We do not have to like it, but to operate fully, we do need to understand that how money works. In the world we live in, money, or what you can buy with money, is second only to oxygen when it comes to guaranteeing our sheer survival. Make peace with the fact that you need to grow yourself and grow your money so that you can help others to grow and prosper as well. Start small. The 3 minutes is great to start with. 3 minutes of personal growth a day. You can do that, right? Pick a personal growth book, maybe one by Zig Ziglar, Og Mandino, or even my book, Until You Win. Until You Win is a book by her. And read it for 3 minutes a day. If you told yourself you'd read for 3 minutes and you find yourself reading for 10, fantastic, you'll feel great. If you want to learn about money, you can grow your personal understanding by reading financial books. Find the area of growth you want to see expanding and dedicate some every day to growing that part of yourself. I want you to be mindful of the worth of your soul, of the eternal energy, capital E, capital E, and expanding essence of the me that you are, capital E, is indeed infinite. So I'll read it again. I want you to be mindful of that the worth of your soul, of the eternal energy and expanding essence of the me that you are, is indeed infinite. The more you focus on this concept, the easier it will be for you to commit to daily steps of growth. It is important for you to commit to practical daily steps to grow your self-esteem as the awareness of your infinite worth. Give yourself permission to grow this awareness of your eternal worth as well as your daily prosperity. Now we have action steps. There are action steps. There are 3. There's 3. I think there's 3. Enjoy these and please action steps. Enjoy these and please feel free to come up with your own alternatives that accommodate your growth in the best way. Number 1, start with awareness and gratitude. Jot down 10 ways to which you have grown, in which you have grown. Describe the situation that you were going through and how you have adjusted either your mindset, skill set, efforts, your ability to surrender to God, or all of these parts of the formula you have achieved the results you have now. To have achieved the results you have now. As an example, here's a journey I have walked and applied the growth formula to manifest my beautiful beach house. Mindset is key. I have been writing in my journal about how fun it would be to have a place on the beach to bring all of my family. So, skill set, bring all of my family to. That's a skill set. I have been studying about real estate, not only through selling it, but also reading about it to know what a good value would be. But also reading about it to know what a good value would be. That's effort. We had to call the agent and look at homes and go through a tense loan approval process. God, that's God. I felt a clear call, an invitation to be looking for a home. That seemed to come out of nowhereness, but of course has originated as a beautiful echo of my desires, meeting Creator's divine timing for me. Number 2, plan out your week, dedicating different ways to growing different parts of the growth formula. For example, Monday are for mindset and motivation. Will you listen to a podcast? What book can you read? Do not overthink this. Make it easy and practical. Tuesdays can be for technology, for learning new applications and platforms. On Wednesdays, educate yourself on a science topic and so forth. Make your own weekly routine. Number 3, to simplify further, you can create a schedule for 3 activities to grow in 3 areas of your life for 3 minutes a day. Please personalize your practice with what resonates best with you. My growth routine consists of 3 non-negotiable steps every morning, and I am sharing it with you as an example. A, B, and C. A, I meditate for a minimum of 3 minutes. Sometimes I sit in silence. Sometimes I listen to our 3-minute guided mini meds from the Empower Me app. And sometimes the time flies by and I find myself doing it for much longer. B, I read my scriptures and do spiritual study for for a minimum of 3 minutes. This way, I'm nourishing my spiritual energy, my E, capital E, so that it can expand through all of the material and mundane tasks of my M for me. Number C. I talk to my Creator and ask for guidance for the day. Remember, God is your partner. You can you can discuss and ponder the priorities for the day and ask and receive as an internal knowing to your most practical questions, including all of those about finances. Now, the activation. Activation. Read the activation below out loud and then close your eyes to feel a gentle shift. Make a copy of this activation to encourage you as you are asking to find time to develop and grow. Read it as needed to encourage your growth or once a week as a reminder. I now understand, practice, and live the law of growth. My mindset is growing. My skill set is growing. My efforts are growing. My connection with God is growing. I am growing. As I grow, my capacity to receive abundance grows. I got this. I am me. Think of the shift. Close your eyes. The law of growth. Growth, 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 growth. Mindset, skill set, effort, God. Mindset, skill set, effort, God. Thank you, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay? Old Kinderhook. Bye.